How y'all doing this morning?
Hey.
Where Jayla at?
In the shower.
I don't know. Right in this moment, I feel like, okay, minus Sparky and his shenanigans, I feel like we're gonna be cool. I feel like, okay, we're good. The storm has happened. It's still cloudy out, but like I feel like the storm is done now, so maybe we can get back to what we came here for, which is the music.
Cool job. I'm tired. Y'all stress me out. It's time to go. For fun. Go back to my life. My life.
Okay.
I feel like I'm forgetting something.
So,
What?
you said last night you was gonna talk to Sparky this morning.
Sparkle? Yeah, I don't know. I didn't want to drink the situation last night because I was already drained from earlier. Like, I don't know if I was screaming for hours straight, and I just didn't want to. But I personally don't like that we was cool.
We was
Like, the cast was cool. We already had our differences. We moved on, and you came in and turned it.
It's almost like we purposely tried to squash the issue yesterday. For no, it was almost like it was for nothing. Like we gonna deal with this now so that it's not no drama later, right. And it was still some bullshit later.
I just don't like how you came, you did all this,
and we
got drunk, said you got drunk on purpose, disrespected a lot of people, went crazy, foaming at the mouth, doing all this, and then when we ask you how do you feel about it, it's
Yeah, that's why he was like,
okay,
I did all that on purpose, I just want to let you know it wasn't because I was drunk.
You gotta answer the day, respectfully.
I definitely feel like my people here are Jayla, Bando, and as much as I hate to say it, Perimeter. Perimeter he's like a little brother to me, he needs to be guided. So that's why I say Perimeter. And Jayla and Bando, I don't know, I came with them and we, like I said, we instantly clicked. They're like siblings that fast. It was crazy.
Good morning. Good morning. How you doing? Did you sleep well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, the group definitely want to have a conversation with you about yesterday.
I heard.
Yeah, I guess they feel like the way you came was so strong. Just to say, oh, it's nothing, it's just not.
I mean, I meant what I did and I said what I said. And
what made
because I'm sorry, we're bringing it up again, but all day I kept saying, you got something to say, you got something to say, you got something to say. At no point did anybody yesterday say, I wasn't talking about you until 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, so they said they was talking about you? They said they was talking about you?
No, nobody confirmed or denied all day until 3 o'clock in the morning. So.
No, they did. You probably did. They kept saying that.
No, we didn't. I was there. I had the conversations with the people.
So which conversation you talking about? I thought you talking about Indian Creek train station conversation. Are you talking about that?
I mean, it was a whole thing. I sat there for it. Like I said, I didn't do anything on accident. I didn't act out of character.
I mean, I feel like I told y'all why. Y'all came and y'all individually interviewed me and asked me why I was tripping, and I told y'all.
Shout out Lil Blue. Can't be here, but he always in spirit. If somebody had did something so crazy sexually to somebody, why would somebody trust someone to sleep in the bed with somebody else? You know what I'm saying? I would think that would be red flag to, oh no, don't put him next to anybody. So Sparky was really cool though. I think Sparky was really one of the dopest people. If you took the time to actually listen to him and know him, he got a lot. He got a good story I can see him going far.
I felt how I felt, and I spoke on that. And nobody yesterday said we wasn't talking about you.
I got you.
So what you want from me?
I don't want nothing from you. I ain't bringing it up.
I was just saying, I woke up to hear the conversation
again. Yeah.
And it's
because you're sober now.
I think you're sober now. They want to just
I was sober last night when we had the conversation.
But I guess it's just.
I was sober when all the shit started.
I don't think you were sober. I have to keep it. I don't just got to be honest.
You told me you wasn't sober.
Okay, technically I wasn't sober. But I wasn't drunk.
But you think
I was there though.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. You are not your body.
I'm not slow. like I said, we had the whole conversation before things went left or whatever. Nobody during that conversation said, that's not the case. We weren't talking about you. Because when they did finally say at 3 o'clock in the morning, that's not the case. We weren't talking about you. I said, oh, I'm so sorry. That's crazy of me. But hey, what was I supposed to do? I mean, I could have let it slide, and I did. But then I was like, that's boring.
Because that was another thing that was kind of pissing me off. They even said that at the time. It was like, so we're going to walk around back and forth and talk shit to nobody. And we on the whole show? No.
Did you on the same latest?
Did you already season the clips? You ready? Yesterday? No, you don't look like it. Yeah. Yesterday, baby, I was like, oh, grandma made me
You know, waking up to Greg cooking, you know, us getting down there, and everybody, you know, was just kind of like helping each other. You know, it was dope. It was cool to experience. It's the last day. You know, we made it through that crazy hectic Saturday. You know, I woke up, you know, willing to give it another try with everybody and to get on one page and see everybody for who they are.
I enjoyed all the food y'all cooked there. Definitely did. I'm glad y'all had some food for us. But you know, a lot of ain't got no food. A lot of can be eaten. A lot of can cook. A lot of got a kitchen.
Now, before I start, let's try to have an adult conversation, everybody, please. The way you came in here was crazy as shit, bro. Like, that was wild. And then for us to like be like, hey, so how do you feel about it at the end of the night? You know, we still try to accept who you are. I didn't even know your name. Like, you was here for how long, and I didn't even know who you were. Like, just because I didn't get a chance to ask you or introduce myself, because you immediately is just on go, doing the most, being extra. Like, you went on, carried on for like an hour and a half straight. Like,
Everybody was trying to beat around the bush. And y'all know me by now. What's tea? What happened? Why are we here? But I remember he was very... That response I got then, I was coming on hot. I'm gonna be honest. Like, if it was the same response, me and him probably would've went at it, because I just didn't like it. I felt disrespected. But I remember in the morning time, I guess now the liquor's going completely. Everybody's in their right mind. And he was very apologetic and very like understanding that he was wrong. So as long as we can be adults, I'm cool. So, okay, great. Okay, awesome. So now me and you can have a chit chat.
No, I don't feel any type of way about it. I'm sorry if I offended you because I never had a problem with you. Really never had a problem with anybody. You just was really trying to get, like you just did just now. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to beat around the bush. Decided to skip all that. I didn't come in here crazy. I was the one we sat here and introduced each other to because I didn't know anybody. I really did put my best foot forward.
So, but when you last night, like you told me you came in here and that all of that was purposeful and that it wasn't.
I mean, everything I did, yes. I feel like I'm not going to sit here and say I don't have self-control and I didn't know how I was acting.
You said it was purposeful. Having self-control and doing something deliberately on purpose. Like,
did you get drunk on purpose?
Or not? Yeah, I decided to drink.
Did you get drunk and get drunk on purpose in order for the end goal to be the popular shit?
No.
And act and like be big bad.
Drink size have one.
My thing was, it was like boundaries. It was because we was telling you like, hey, you drinking a little too many. And to me, you ignoring that and then it ended how it ended. To me, that's my thing. Is that I was telling you like, hey, slow down. I saw you yelling, foaming out the mouth. Da, da, da. I'm like, bitch, slow down. I had put all the boundaries on the girl. So for that, I'm telling you. That was over the top. That was.
I can understand. I told you. The consensus is y'all feel as though I behaved that way because I was drunk.
Right now,
yeah, I do. I'm gonna be honest. I do.
But yesterday, you kept telling us you.
Well, I got cursed out by at least 4 people.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well you got cursed out by me because you came out there. I'm already trying to calm down. I got bad anxiety. You screaming in the shower. I was like, it was just going. It was crazy. So I went out there to calm down, smoke my blunt, and breathe. You came out. Yes, you came out. I like your outfit. Da, da, da. I didn't really say much because, like I said, you already rubbed me the wrong way, kind of. So I'm just chilling. And then out of nowhere, you start just screaming. And I'm just like, what is going on? Like, what is you doing? Like, what's happening here? So that's why me and you kind of got into it. There was no
screaming
reason.
At who?
Me, Bando. Who else was out there? You were just going off.
Everybody in the house.
So that's why you got into it with me because I don't know you, and then that's why I said you came in crazy because I was upstairs.
Here's the thing about it was I feel like I had a conversation with 2 people and one person directly that was like
between us.
Mm-hmm.
That person went off on me. Okay. When that continued, that's when I got irate. And I can admit that. But then it was like the next person wanted to address me and the next person wanted to address me. And my thing was I was only addressing what had to do with me. With the person that had to do with. So for like, yes, I felt like I needed to defend myself. Like against everybody in the house because like everybody in the house had something to say to me. I didn't have anything to say to everybody.
I wasn't telling you to shut up. I wasn't telling you to shut up. I wasn't telling you to be quiet. I wasn't even telling you not. I was like, I wouldn't say you're doing too much. You need to relax.
I feel like when it was directed at me though, there was no, you're doing too much. I felt like nobody got hurt. I felt like y'all wanted to, like, the only thing really I felt like we needed to talk about was because everybody started accusing me of hitting perimeter with a rock. And I was like, I never hit perimeter at all. Perimeter never hit me. Like, I'm like, I never hit perimeter at all. Perimeter never hit me. So, where is this whole I hit him with a rock coming from? It was kind of like, what? Like, what? But I get, like, what I will say is, like, there were some very mature, level-headed individuals in there.
As Sparky's talking about his entrance, I'm kind of just like, what? I don't know. I feel like you should be a little bit more apologetic the way you came in on some, like, we've been here. I'm not saying we've been here for weeks or days. We've been here. It's been like 24 hours, but we already all kind of, we cool. We all, you know. So like, I feel like you should have came in on more like, hey, how are y'all? Instead of, I feel like you came in wanting smoke. I don't know. His response, I just didn't like it at the time.
Like whenever that's directed at me though, never someone's yelling at me or doing off on me. It's never somebody telling the other party you're doing too much. So no, I'm gonna stand my ground.
Friend,
but can I
maybe it was my delivery, but I told you, I said, babe, you're drinking too much. You're not getting my point, baby. You're not understanding. You was over the top. You drunk too much, and you deliberately kept going back after the bottle after you knew you had enough. That's my thing. To you, how you came in, your personality. If it's you, do it, because I'm gonna walk correctly around you. I'm gonna deal with you a certain way, but girl, it was the drinking for me, girl.
I'm gonna stand firm and say I didn't behave that way because I was drunk. People was talking shit, and then it was making me mad because y'all was trying to calm me down, but it was like, nah, like why you trying to calm me down when? And yeah, like I get it.
I came down here because I heard you screaming. So I'm coming down here, and don't get me wrong, I get it. You stand your ground, that's cool and all. Do what you gotta do.
I met you before
but I don't know you. But I had nothing to do with what the hell was going on. I just came downstairs. I'm still I'm one earring in, trying to like, what's going on?
Oh yeah, you.
And I'm just like, you need to relax.
What happened?
Yeah, and I'm like, well, I don't know shit, bro.
You know what happened? I'm like,
and then you said, I heard y'all down here talking about me. And I'm like, I wasn't even down here. So what are you talking about?
I didn't say y'all. I said Karma.
You said y'all.
I said Karma.
I probably should say y'all.
I'm the one that directed my comments at Karma.
You might have said Karma, but you said y'all in one of them times. And I answered y'all.
He was like, they was talking.
Who got directed to? But I just want. But my question is like, what? So you didn't have like there was no motive for doing all that.
I just felt as though I was being talked about, and nobody said they weren't talking about me until 3:00 in the morning last night.
I mean, hey, stand on the shit that you do. I guess I like that part that you did what you did, and you're not like backing down. But I just feel like you should have been a little bit more apologetic. If I remember correctly, it was kind of like whatever.
Did you really think we was outside just having fun, dancing, singing, that we was talking about?
I didn't know. No, I got me all the time. I was doing me by myself. The dogs.
Yeah, remember that? But we sitting there like just like chanting, and we start chanting. Right there, you was arguing with the Eagles, and you turn around and start talking and damn thing like we losing. Like, did you really think?
I mean, I was the situation like given the situation like that. I know. My bad.
I just want to know what your intentions were. That was just crazy.
And then immediately turned around and was like, I think want to jump.
It was a dog whisper.
That was crazy. AC.
You know, and Perimeter and Jada was like remixing a song, and they wasn't even
I
talking
get
about
that
you.
now.
Wow.
I get that now. I was wrong. My bad. I'm sorry. For real. That was crazy.
Well, I accept your apology, and you're awesome.
So for me, I was used to it, over it, and like I said, like just like my recent journey, I had to really relearn and unlearn, and just in general learn a lot of stuff. So no, I get now that people were like probably waking up in the morning like, hey, fingers toes all still here. Who is that in that other room? I get that. No, because what you have us in here with Greg. I get it. Like, now that I think about it that way.
I respect it for sure. Yeah, we accept it for sure.
We accept your apology. Because I like your music.
wow.
Your
Yeah.
music last night was high. I'm like, look.
I'm sorry I bit you. You bit the man?
You bit us.
What about the letter? Apologize for the letter.
Well, my personal state of mind, I felt like it was a lot of ups and downs. The studio session was really good for me. Getting to know these people was good for me. Doing the critique and sharing the music and just vibing out and having a great time. For me, it was everything, you know what I'm saying? So I would do it again. I wouldn't miss it for the world again, you know what I'm saying? So these bitches are crazy and nuts, but some of them are talented. And some of them got some issues that they really need to work out.
Yeah. I really do. Don't. I need a break, so we're not doing this anytime soon. But I really do enjoy that, no matter what. And a couple of us off camera was talking about this last night, but I enjoy that. No matter what, we all kind of just proved that we grown. Like we just did. We done rumbled and tuffled in the yard, throwing plates and. But we all can sit here and own up to our shit.
Yeah.
I was like, are we done eating? Okay. I could have brought my shit to outside and I don't know. But I feel like it was cute. I mean, like, because if you didn't make us do that, we was not going to eat together. Let's be real. There probably would have been no dialogue because F these people.
It's so different when you're the person. When you're the person that wears shoes.
Hopefully I can follow y'all footsteps.
Yes.
Hopefully.
And I feel like
wearing the shoes are very hard. It's easy to give out the good advice, but then when it's like since being here, that shit come back around like less than goddamn 30 minutes. Be like, okay, your shoes now. Like you fuck me.
But you're all like stuck in one space, you know. So I think it's interesting to see who actually kind of think and who didn't, and who's gonna collab. We're gonna see after this show who really is gonna with each other.
Right.
So I feel like just that alone is powerful, you know?
Yeah.
You don't know what you're gonna create in these 3 days. Like
I mean, but even what we have already created, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, the experiences live on not just for us, but for other people that watch and find something that they think about our group, you know, and how our dynamic was. You know what I'm saying? Because we all displayed different levels of strength, you know what I'm saying? Personalities, things that we're overcoming, you know what I'm saying? Things we're battling with.
And I'm glad we all stuck it out to the top.
Very great job.
You know?
I almost caught a couple Ubers.
It's like I'm afraid. I see y'all. It was like, oh, you know what? I told Greg that. I was like, oh yeah, I'm over with the. I think we almost over. Yeah, it's over. I was about to hit this.
But overall, I did have fun. I did meet some dope people. I truly do, like, I mean this, like, I truly do enjoy your music. And
I like your music too.
I definitely can't wait to network with everybody, bro, because everybody's shit is kind of dope. Even yours, no shade. When you played the stuff last night, I was like, oh, okay, I was a little mad at you, so I wasn't about to bow my head. Because I didn't know it was going to come today, so I was like, let me wait, because I ain't trying to, but no, your shit kind of dope too, so.
But I was kind of skeptical because he kind of felt like Timothy played a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, you might not think it's good, but it was good. It was
good. Yeah, it really was good.
I appreciate that.
That's why I said what I said. Like, you should have presented that to us first.
Thank you.
Alright, enough of the sentimental shit.
Right. How do you feel about Perimeter that morning? Are you feeling like still shocked, or you kind of like it is what it is at that moment?
It was what it was. You know, we had done spoke, you know, as he was going to get some more brownies. You know.
You still eating your brownies.
But still eat my brownies. You know what I'm saying? Still eat my brownies. You know, so as he was going to get another piece of the brownie, you know, and that brownie was busting too. But as he was going to get another piece of the brownie, you know, I asked him, and you know, he was like, production put me up to saying it, you know, and you know, I was just like, but still, like, why you didn't talk to me? Like, why you didn't say something to me? You know, and that was like right before we ended up going to the studio, so we didn't never finish that conversation. You know, but here it is that morning Sunday, and you know, everybody is just, you know, trying to make, you know, I think we had ran out of the tilapia, you know, so now we're trying to make some more tilapia so Perimeter can have a piece as well, you know, and I was fine because, you know, it's a new day. You know, it's a new day. We're still here with each other. You know, if it was real what happened, then I apologize. You know, I'm sorry. I'm still sorry that I even allowed myself to be in that situation. You know, I should have never even engaged. You know, he was running his late with me. I guess maybe I should have just turned over and went to sleep. Or maybe I should have said, hey, yo, this ain't the right place for it. You know, we're going to try this. We'll try this later. You know, not here.
What makes my life real?
What makes my life real?
What make my life real?
What makes me a regular person?
Is the fact that I'm ubiquitous in this grind, so you cannot miss me.
I want to live, love, laugh, and learn just like the next person.
When you cut me, I bleed.
Making boss move.
I have feelings and emotions just like any other human being.
Is that I work hard?
Being independent.
I've been through some things.
I've done the work that it takes to get where I am today.
I love a good look. I love a good outfit.
Living in my truth 24/7.
And I only speak reality, and I only speak truth.
And at the end of the day, I really just want to put people on.
We live just like anybody else.
That's what made my life real.
What makes my life relentless?
What makes my life relentless?
What makes my story relentless?
What makes my life story relentless?
What makes my life story relentless? Because no matter what chapter in my life,
I stand for good. I stand for people that are standing in the dark.
My drive to actually be the change in the world that I want to see.
I take punch after punch.
To have a voice, to be heard, to be seen.
No matter how many rounds I go through in life, I have remained undefeated and self-made.
I create spaces by cultivating, motivating, and inspiring those around me.
And I still come out on top.
I'm still the champion.
Bang. Hey. Let's get it.
When you start coming up, they'll try to put you down. You don't stop going harder cause you almost got the crown in your grasp and your clutch. Got these niggas mad as fuck. Nigga, we don't give a fuck. Here's to you, cheers to us. Pour some shots for my niggas, grab a drink for your friends. Liquor keeping you 100, so I know it's not pretend. Keep an open mind and you'll see how this night could end. You, in the back of my Benz, my puppet no strings. If they start catching feelings, then I gotta cut them off. It ain't no one else's business what we doing in this loft. We can go out, but don't trip, I stay single. All that matters is when we alone, I make your body tingle. Ain't my fault, I'm just real, it's just not that type of party. You confused by the way you got me licking on your body. Don't refuse to play, it's never up for discussion. I don't fuck with you or them niggas cause all y'all be bluffing. When I step into the bar, you know I get them bottles popping. I'm a pretty nigga, your girl asking if I'm model. I could never be nothing more than who I'm is. You can hop on board or you can swallow my kids. I be trying to do my thing, but you bitches trying me. How is this a competition when you know you can't compete? Work hard, play hard, gotta go faster. OIG wag, calling it Casper. I'ma live my life and I don't give a fuck what you say. I'ma make me happy, can't nobody do it for me. Bitch, I'm out here living my purpose. 10 toes down, I'm just hitting the surface.
This is Lil Blue, you know what I'm saying? Blueberry originally, you know what I'm saying? That's why I called him all my life, you know. But we're gonna call him Lil Blue. You know, he's famous now. We're famous. So Lil Blue, you know, he became a part of my character. He's always been around. He was given to me as birth. You know what I'm saying? So when I was born, he was given to me by my Aunt Weezy, you know, still in the hospital. You know, I had like a really crazy upbringing, you know, just like, you know, just from being child abused, you know, it was a very crazy upbringing, molestation and stuff, you know. But Lil Blue was kind of like what I would have at night. He was what all I had, you know. It was like after 7 o'clock at night, my daddy turned into what we would call the villain of the house, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, and then it would just be chaoticness from 7 o'clock till it was time to go to school, you know. And I would sit up and I would just all night, you know, sometimes I have to watch my mom just cry in the corner, or, just lay in the bed because you didn't know if the bed was gonna be set on fire, so you were up because you might see this. It was crazy. It was really crazy.
I got into music to be able to be a voice that I never heard. So there is no gay rapper that's the big shit, that we ever had. Only thing I had closest to that was Lil Kim coming up, and it was just because she was flamboyant and she was hated. People always hated her, even before she even had surgery. People always called her ugly, So like, she took a lot, but she was so daring and bold, and I was able to see her spirit, because she still talked about God, and it would be like, damn, that like dressed like a slut, but she's like sitting here talking about God and talking about how she don't see herself as beautiful. So like she was that inspiration, and Blue being there with me since the beginning of time, and he was all I had, still all I have. Some nights when I just want to lay in the bed and cry and don't have nobody to call, or so it's all a part of being J. Brown, Gerard Brown, Black Boy George. These are like my elements of making me who I am, and daring to do a song like 1408 and speaking about I used to be abused, I used to be here to break generational curses. I'm here to share my story with people and heal other people. And have fun too. Music is not all sad. I got plenty of turn up records. But I'm an artist that has substance. So and I like having my substance.
Lil Blue was like all I had. You know what I'm saying? He was the one that was always there that I could cry my tears into and speak to and hold at night. And I still hold him. You know what I'm saying? I still hold him because he's like the only thing I know that's not going to switch up on me. So it's like, and I never learned how important he was as I became, as he became a part of the image of the Black Boy George, which is the era I'm in, where some of the deep songs come from, because people in prison would call me. And I thought when the person said you're the rapping Boy George, I thought that was a nice way of saying faggot, because I didn't know who the hell Boy George was. And he was like, oh, you don't know who Boy George is? And then they taught me, and then I was like, oh. And then I learned Boy George was like this gay R&B singer guy from the Culture Club, respect the Boy George in the Culture Club. And, Lil Blue just became a part of that journey just to be able to share it, because it made me more comfortable to have him around when I'm on stage. And then I never learned that so many other people resonated with me keeping a bear, that I had since birth with me everywhere. So you're gonna always be around, you'll always see Lil Blue,
It was a recent live where they said about, in that scene when you was talking about the bear and being molested, and it was the question came up that you use sympathy as a way to get people to feel sorry for you. Is that true?
No. I'm not healed. You know what I'm saying? I still hurt. I have situations that has happened in life within my family dynamic where things have been revealed with me as an adult in recent time. So me having my bear is still my comfort. I really don't care about how anybody feels about it. You could say I'm holding on to trauma. The trauma is still happening, so I'm still trying to heal. So why would I not be? And I set out to do music and to be in this era of Sincerely the Black Boy George as healing Gerard Brown, the kid from Savannah, Georgia, who went through all of these things. And there's plenty of people out there. Maybe it might not be you. You might have not ever you might have not ever been put down, abused, but I was, and somebody else has been as well. So, this is for them. And only thing you gotta do is, if you care, be willing to listen and understand that everybody's life is not the same. You want me to care about what you went through in life, then be willing to care about what somebody else been through in life. And don't look at it as a negative, like why is he holding on to his bear? Like he needs to be into rehab or go see a therapist. My music is my therapy, and being on stage and talking to the people it is that I meet and dealing and connecting with them, that's therapeutic. Music is therapeutic. That's why I write it,
So yeah, this is pretty much old school, pretty much it. This is where it all started. The composition book. This is where all my raps are, most of my raps are and everything, you know what I'm saying? So I was doing this before my brother passed. I've been having this notebook since he passed. It's thin as hell now because I ripped so many pages out, but a lot of my work has been through this book. I've written all my pains, frustrations, my struggles and shit through here. So this is where it started. This is where it's gonna end for me.
Yes.
How old is the book? This book's probably like 14 years old, maybe.
Oh, wow. That one book right there?
Yep.
That's awesome.
It's been the same book. I've been keeping it.
That's dope.
Yeah. So it's been before my brother passed, and I'm gonna have it till,
Yeah.
So it's time for my day to go.
So you take care of it too.
I definitely.
14 years. Because the school year, my shit was fucked.
That's what
it's been saying. It's thin as hell, but you know, it's.
My color was gone. There were no babies left. Damn.
That's it. I've been there for a minute. That's pretty much where it started from.
Me bringing my notebook from like 10 plus years ago, you know what I'm saying, like, and sharing that with you guys. I wrote a lot of my raps when my brother was alive and things like that, and start. You know, it was just something to share with you guys. I felt like it was a good thing for me. Now, some people bought, you know, music. Some people bought teddy bears. Some people bought, you know, other things. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like my item was has been with me for a long time, and I felt like it was something I wanted to share.
So this is Gizmo.
Gizmo, so cute.
I keep Gizmo because he's a constant. I found Gizmo in the hallway of my apartment building in LA. Like right as we got evicted.
How long was this?
This was 2008.
Alright,
no, not 2008. That's crazy. 2018, 2019. I had to leave my dog in LA. His name was Carter. He was like my first car assistant. Like, my whole I went to 12 different schools by the time I was in 12th grade. I lived in 5 different states in my adult life. So like, and I'm like never around my family. So I try to hold on to something just simple. Like even if he didn't ask me to bring an item, Gizmo was coming. So it's like it's just a constant for me. Like it's a comfort item. Like makes me feel like I'm somewhere, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like my dog passed, and like that really like hurt me, and that's probably like when I really like attached to Gizmo. Because I was like, Gizmo was cool. So I was like, first of all, I said Berlin. Like I never seen one of these before, so I was like, what the fuck? Like, but then like when my dog passed, like that like crushed me like bad, because it's like I had him for 8 years, and like that was like other than like my siblings and my parents, I hadn't ever had anything in my life for 8 years. That So it's like, yeah, this is like a comfort item. Definitely, just I don't know, a reminder that like there's something.
I appreciate you for sharing that. That seems like very touching based on how you were talking about it. I appreciate you for going to depth with that, for sure.
That really opened my mind up to see everybody as individuals, as people, to learn more about their journey. I feel like for me, it helped me open up. It helped me like become more open to other people. I am very much the type of person to live in my own world, my own bubble, and definitely that experience. Like despite my behavior before, because my behavior before could have been taken a lot of ways. And what I got to really experience was, like, for one, they did want to talk to me about my behavior after all of that. And at the time, I was like, bitch, what? Like, so? But, like, that was me being ignorant. Like, now, I actually appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? So, for us to all the way get to the point where everybody was still comfortable with being themselves and being vulnerable and still open to me after that, I definitely have like a different appreciation for like not only them as artists but as people.
I thought it was dope, you know, because Sparky, he had his little bear with him, you know, and you know that gave me a little comfort, you know, to have somebody that I can relate to, you know, that also held on to a bear that they had since childhood, you know. So I thought that was real sweet of him, and you know I had Blue with me, and you know everybody was like very vulnerable, you know. It was very open, it was very transparent. You got to see people as just the artist, you know, without caring about the baggage, because here we're artists. We all have baggage. We all have emotions. We all have ways and emotions it is that we want to express, and that's why we're into music and writing music. You know, so it was cool. That was the dopest moment. That Sunday was crazy. That Sunday was like the epitome. That made everything okay.
I brought 2 pictures. We didn't really talk about this time, which I'm kind of happy about. But I went to prison when I was really young. This was the last, like I was like 13. They charged me as an adult. Long story short, I was dating this white girl. She wanted because nasty and good, and she got mad and said that I her. So they locked me up and charged me as an adult. This is the last picture that we took of me before I got locked up. Like I was young. And I said, music is the one entity or spirit that will never leave me. Like, I couldn't sing back then, but I played instruments. I always could play by ear. When my voice came in, like, even the shit like this last time, like, it was funny to me that it happened when we were talking about in the car, that it happened this last time too, but the first time when my voice came in, like, they was beating up on me. Like, as a kid, they didn't because I was charged as an adult, and then it was what I was in there for. Regardless of it being expunged from my record later and all that stuff, like, it was, oh, you were here for this, we gonna get you. But then I started singing and I learned, and maybe that's why I'm so uncomfortable about the showing my voice, because it was building the confidence to even, I didn't even want to sing in the shower the first day, but when I did, they was like, you need to do that, like this is what you need to do with yourself. Like, that was the only thing I could ever do that would, like, even with being adopted, like, I don't have to worry that music is going to, like, that I'm not gonna be worthy of it, that it's not gonna like me. I don't have to try to make music like me. If my voice wanna say something, if I'm feeling something, like, it just, like, music loves me, music loves people. Like I feel like that is the one thing that I understand from God, that's my communication. Like, even with my ancestors, I write songs to them before I speak to them, because I don't know how to express that. Like, but that's it. Oh, and then I brought a double rainbow because my mom said she prayed for me and my brother before she adopted us, and she saw a double rainbow. So I just feel like it's always been spiritual signs in my life of whether or not people don't give a shit or they don't want me, I'm worth something because somebody put a sign somewhere for me.
Yeah. And you said you were adopted. Like, I definitely am adopted too. Like, I don't know my parents.
I want to talk to you more about that, because I, like, you're so confident. I want to know how you became, like, I still struggle with how my dynamics with people and attaching to people, like how do you maneuver through the world like that? Like,
well, it's definitely a struggle. I know you said something about your mom leaving you by a dumpster.
Yeah, she couldn't.
Yeah, my mom left me in a crack house. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so I definitely, just navigating through that, I still hold on to the little stuff till this day, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm not perfect or whatever, but it's been a struggle, but I've definitely navigated through it, and it made me a better person. I know that.
I like how
Bendo a stronger and better person.
I like how Bendo do tell you, look, like, I noticed that throughout the time, like, Bendo will be more, I don't know, he had more patience I think with you, like, but never do that to yourself. Like, it was something that just spoke to me spiritually.
Yeah, and I definitely feel like it probably comes from that. Like, just know, it's something about being left or somebody not wanting you around. That even in the gay community, like, I've become. That's why I'm so cool with Karma. Like, I knew her story about being put the fuck out, so I know that don't nobody want me. And so we was just like this because she didn't know how to navigate that, and I have been navigating that my whole life.
Well, now now everybody wants you. We want you to succeed. We want you to win. You know what I'm saying? We want you to
I want
y'all
to win.
That's deep.
Well, like, you know, like it is, like, you never really know what somebody's going through. To hear people's stories and all these different walks of life, it's kind of, and relating to some of it, you know what I'm saying? It just makes you think, like, you know, everybody's human, everybody goes through shit. We all just got to come together and just, you know, be great people.
Hi, everybody. So I didn't bring nothing. A lot of my stuff got lost when I moved down here, but let's tell you how I kind of started music. Because I really never thought in my life that music would be something that I would be doing right now. Even the people that I'm close to are still shocked, like, why do you want to be in the spotlight? I'm real to myself, I'm real private, I'm real just whatever. So There was one day, I'm from Pennsylvania, so it snows for real. We had a snow day, and in the morning I went to my best friend's house, and I came home. My brother, he makes music as well, my older brother, and my friend made music. They were in my room, set up the studio, they were making a song. I walked in, and they were done the song, and they were sitting there confused, and I'm just, y'all know by now, I talk my shit. So they was like, we need something, the song's missing something, blah, blah, blah. And me being me, I was like, it needs me, duh. So they was like, okay, write something. I was like, oh, really? Me? So I wrote something, 10 minutes, spit it, and they loved it. I've always been a writer. I mean, I was in the highest, I went to college prep school, so I was always in honors writing classes. I tested out writing in college. Like, I've always been a great writer, so writing was easy. I always write short stories too. So then after I wrote the verse, and I rapped the verse, and they loved the verse, I started to think like, damn, should I start doing this? So then I started writing, I changed from short stories, and I started writing songs. Then I started writing my brother's songs for him, that he would rap, because he went through writer's block. So I just started writing shit, and I would just like spit it to him and be like, boom, he would fuck with it. Then eventually, one time I was sitting, fast forward like 3-4 years later, about 4 or 5 years later, I was sitting in the room with my friends, we were smoking, we were chilling, and they were making a song. I always talk about artists. And my friend he knew David, which was the person in my room. And he knew about the verse that I did. So he made me put a verse on the song that they were working on, and they dropped it, and my verse was like the favorite verse. So at that point I felt like it was a calling. Like, clearly somebody want me to do something.
You walked in and said, you walked in and said you need to be on the track.
So then I freestyled my first song, and I dropped it on all platforms, and I got booked in Miami, and I just kind of went with it from there. And then I ended up here. So that's kind of how I started music. I originally wanted to be in fashion though.
So you can incorporate both of that.
Yes. I have like design books of all my fashion designs. I've been a stylist for years. I almost went to school for fashion. So music was never my first choice. It was just, I guess, a gift.
I don't know, this exercise was hard for me because I personally, like, there was no item that I could have brought. So I was nervous, and I was kind of interested though because of that. For me, I was interested to see like, okay, is this actually a thing? So let me see what these people got going on. I already knew Jada was gonna bring the teddy bear, but I was interested to see everybody else, honestly. I don't really remember what everybody brought though, just the teddy bear, because he brings that everywhere.
I always loved music, I always loved writing, and they always loved me, so that's how I got here. And that's my story. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Mine is like everywhere a little bit. But when I was younger, I was in high school, and my friend Kenise, we were in the band in high school. I was in the marching band. I always did music. I always sung. I always played instruments, right? Because my mom's rule was, you're not gonna be in here and learn how to shoot no guns and smoke weed. Like, you and your brother gonna go out. My brother was a football player, so I was like, who am I? I don't like sports. I don't want to be in no locker room with guys. I could never correlate with him, right? So it was just so rough. So my mom was like, well, what do you want to do? I was like, I like music, right? So I make a long story. Got in the band, met a whole bunch of cool friends. Girl, Kenise, she will believe me. I'd go over, we'll sing harmonizations to Pretty Rick when it first came out. We'll make our own songs. She played the piano, right? So one time we went to a concert, a Genuine and a Neo concert. I never forget. I was young. I met them, and I was like, and it blew my. I was like, I want to do this. I saw them on stage. I saw those people screaming for them. Backstage, I went back. Genuine was like, give my water, do this. You know, I was like, I want this life. Right. I was young before. I had to be like 15, 16. After that, I went on this thing where I was just so determined. It was like something was in me, and I was like, I was so hungry. I would go to America. I did American Idol. My mom, my best friend, she took me everywhere. She sat with me. She right? So I did American Idol, X Factor. I got all this critique. I took it and I learned it. She bought me a little radio thing where you can record with the tapes or whatever. So I had all my shit. I used to look on the back of CDs. I remember we could go and buy CDs. And baby, I used to send notes to RCA, Sony. I used to send my shit. I was like, I'm going to
I thought I was
so I used to put the CD around and I used to write them and say, hey, my name is. I was so late. I mean, they threw my shit away. I was like, if you can, would you please listen to my thing? I was like, Mom,
Yes.
can you help me? Right, so boom. I was so hungry. Then I grew
That's
up a
so
little bit.
relatable.
Yeah,
That really is relatable.
Then I grew up a little bit, and I was like, "What's something different about me?" And I figured out, like I'm trans. I don't like this. Like I can't focus. I can't really flourish like this, right? So when I started transitioning, that really took a lot from me because I feel like the world hated me, and I was like, well, "Y'all, I'm gonna share myself with y'all," and I became in this, and I'm like
in the shell,
and it was like, it's still like when she, I get emotional, but. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard to share. Like your craft with people that you feel like don't give a f. It's hard. So when you say that, like, I gotta learn how to navigate that. And I'm alone,
Yeah,
and I feel alone. It is like, okay, you telling me that, but it's hard,
Yeah.
Cause I feel alone. And when my mom said I'm my best friend, like right now I could call her, I wouldn't feel like this because she was my strength, She probably parked outside, like waiting to pick me up and go to my house, have a drink, like have fun, but I feel so alone. So I'm trying to learn how to pick up the pieces.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where I am. It's like, it's hard, but me being here, I'm happy I came because I heard it from people who didn't know me, like, I see you in the world, like tighten up, see you not hiding, and I need to hear that because I thought I was hiding the whole time, like, oh, I got this covered up, like, no, but that shit really with me. I was like, but now I feel like I don't give a if you don't like me or not, like, I have to do this or this is gonna kill me if I don't get this out. I'm gonna die, like, with a black heart, and I don't want to do that. Singing has always been my passion. Music has always been my passion. Singing has just always been a part of me because my mom was a choir director. She was a pastor, so she was always in church. Thus, me and my brother was always in church. So when she found out I could sing, she was like, "You need to be in that choir." I was like, "I don't know about that." I've always been really, really shy because I was always second guessing myself, and that's a lot of me now. Like I will always second guess myself.
You say your mom was a pastor?
Yeah,
Oh,
so I'm
I
a pastor
didn't
kid.
know
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, dope. So you didn't go into gospel music?
I didn't. My uncle, he has gospel radio stations in Virginia and Baltimore, and it's called Rejoice Gospel if you guys are interested. And so gospel was really rooted, but when I came out as trans, well, first I was out about my cousin. She told Mom, she was like, "I think Bump gay." And I was like, "What?" My mom came to me, she was like, "Let me talk to you." I was like, "What?"
I was happy to see it. I was honestly happy to see it because all of us have been through, different trials and tribulations in life, and we're all in the same journey. We might not all wear the same size shoe, but we all wear the same shoe, So to see Jayla express the things it is that she went through, and led her into doing music and, finding her beautiful voice that she had, I was here for it. I was happy to hear it. Her, Chrissy, Bando, and even the song that I shared, Forbidden Fruit, one of my favorites, that I've written, I was happy for that. I was happy for that day. That day made everything worth it.
So I want to share myself with the world, and this like my introduction,
Yeah, what's up?
But my mom was my best friend, so when she left, I was stuck. I was like, I can't. So I was seeing psychiatrists, and I'm still trying to be happy with what I see in the mirror. In my relationship, when she was sick, I had to take care of her. I felt like my brother wasn't there. He was doing it, and it just felt so alone. I'm down there. I have my apartment here. I'm taking care of her. I'm going back and forth. Hospital, radiation. It was in my head. So it's like I needed years. This is how I see my perception. I don't know, but I needed years to recover, and I feel like now I'm better, right? Mm-hmm. That's all. I don't know how else to explain it. I feel just better.
It feels better.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're healed.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm healing.
Yeah.
So it's like that. I didn't think it would affect me like that because I knew she was sick. I knew she had a little problem. And I'm like, but how she left was just so sudden. I was like, I didn't even get a chance to
say goodbye.
Yeah. So it was like, so that's why I started, because of my mom having so much support of me and other people like me not seeing that for them with their parents and the support system. I took that as like, I'm gonna borrow this shit up. I'm gonna sell this shit for $1 million. Like my mom was right or die. She would sit in the car and hide like, you did it. I'm proud. Like knock them dead. Like you know, and I remember American Idol I did, I taped my chest because I didn't know how I should present. I'm like, if I come in there really how I am, they're gonna be like, get out of here. So I literally put tape around where I could have a flatter chest, and like my hips, I never liked how thick and shapy I was. I tried to wear baggy clothes, and when I went in, they was like, you're good, but it's just something, like, you gotta give us something. I knew what that something was, but I wasn't ready. So I was just like, I'm gonna sit this out. But now I feel like it's my lane. My lane is there and it's waiting on me. You know, I feel like my lane is just my right now. Yes. I feel like no. That's how I feel. Yes. So that's my story. I'm sorry I cried again. I was like, I'm not gonna cry. I'm like, you a big ass bitch. Don't cry, girl. You already did that. So my bad. Yeah, my bad. When I came out, that was a big pause in like just me with music because I wanted to figure myself out then, and I was like, okay, at this moment, you know, personally, I was like, I'm not living right. You know, of course, my mind is different now, but back then when I was younger, of course, being gay, being trans it's just wrong, you know. And I felt like that wasn't my space. I felt like I shouldn't be singing gospel because I was living my life wrong, right? So yeah, I thought about doing gospel, but that was the reason why I did not. And I chose to do R&B, pop, you know, and take a different route.
I feel like this exercise was actually really, really good. It's always nice to kind of connect with people, whether you're going to be with them for a lifetime or even if you're just in passing. So the fact that people actually genuinely took this serious and was willing and open to open up about themselves or piecing themselves in front of a bunch of strangers was super dope to me. I think just overall, and especially after all the allegations thrown around, all the beans being thrown and all the shit that happened, the fact that we all actually sat there and had a genuine moment was dope. I feel like that was dope.
It was almost already gone.
I don't want that. I wanted tequila.
I didn't drink this tequila.
Oh, girl.
But I did try to give it to her. I did. He did pass it around.
Okay. I'm trying to balance on him, and he's trying to get up.
What is this?
We gonna hang out with her.
Okay.
We're ready.
We're
gonna cheers to real life reality. We're gonna cheers to growth. We're gonna cheers to being adults. We're gonna cheers to more like
new collaboration.
And hopefully season 1
and to fucking
whatever
music.
this show is called.
Season 1.
Season 1. The best season yet.
Season continues.
Yes. What is this one gonna be called?
The season continues.
Real life, what you gotta say, ain't no games being played. We on a mission, so it's no tea, no shade. Real life, real life. What you gotta say, ain't no games being played. We on a mission, so it's no tea, no shade. I'm on my way to the top, and I ain't gonna never, ever, ever, ever stop.